Hello and welcome to the Eurogamer Show. I'm not Ether.
Ether's swanned off to Star Wars Celebration, and we are not jealous at all.
Coming up this week, Tim Schafer, Broken Age, Grand Theft Auto, Golf.
But before all that, Nintendo's had a pretty busy week, to be honest. They've showed off a faster Mario Kart, they've released new Streetpass games, all sorts.
Yeah, I mean, loads of interesting stuff has happened over the last few days in games in general, but we thought it might be funnier for Tom to take street passing, something he really likes, and explain it to Wes, who probably won't share that enthusiasm.
Yeah, that sounds sensible.
Hello, Tom and Wes. Nintendo, they've done something. Let's talk about it. What have they done, Tom?
They've updated the 3DS Streetpass Plaza, which is part of the 3DS firmware. They've added a few new things for you to buy, 2 new mini games, and a premium version of the Plaza, which adds a few new extra features.
Okay, we'll get onto the premium Plaza in a bit, but what are the 2 new games? I ask you as if I haven't already downloaded one of them.
Right, well, Streetpass Fishing,
Yeah.
Which is the one you have.
Yes,
right?
it is.
It tells me that you have this.
Oh, that's nice.
And it allows you to go out and so Streetpass minigames are basically all about collecting things off people that you've Streetpassed and them helping you. So in Streetpass Fishing, you collect items which will help you go out on your little boat, collect various different types of fish. There's monsters to collect as well. Then there's Streetpass Zombies, which is about you facing hordes of the undead, and the people that you've Streetpass come along and they bring you kind of crazy, almost Dead Rising style weapons. So the first,
it's a bit violent, isn't it? For 3D?
No, they're cuddly zombies. It's fine.
Cuddly zombies.
Yeah, it's very Nintendo-y. So the first level is you defeating zombies by opening up a pop-up book and scaring them away.
Wow.
And then there's Streetpass Plaza Premium, which adds a few extra features. And actually, I would say it probably isn't worth the $4.49 that it costs, because the features themselves could probably have been added in as just another update. You get a VIP room for saving your most used characters. You get a birthday mini game where you collect. When you collect Miis, it just saves their birthdays, and the more birthdays you get and cross off your calendar, you get more.
How are they charging for that?
And a few other things, but those are the main things. Yeah, I know, it's a bit of a weird one.
Nintendo, man, going downhill.
But it helps you
That's
collect.
how desperate
It helps
they are
you
for
collect
cash.
costumes faster.
Did you buy it?
Which is the thing that people care about.
You bought it, didn't you?
Yeah. The thing is, you play Streetpass Plaza every time you turn into a 3DS. Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Okay.
Every time I go up to London, fill it up with 10.
I think it's fair to say it's a thing you play on or with. I don't think we needed the inverted commas there. If I were to arbitrate on this one,
Well,
but
It's not like,
says the man with a 3DS in front of him.
well, I knew we were going to talk about 3DSs. It seemed worth bringing my 3DS with
I think
me.
it's appropriate. Yeah.
Well, yeah, cool. And
That's what it is.
yeah, fair enough. I probably won't download it, but thank you for telling me about it.
Not everything that happened this week was quite so openly hostile. I met Tim Schafer and he was lovely. We talked about Broken Age and he made fun of my shoes. Only the camera wasn't rolling, so that's good. Okay, picture this. You've not made an adventure game for 16 years, but you've asked some people on the internet whether they might like a new one, and in response, 87,000 people have excitedly pushed $3,336,371 into your arms and told you to go for it. I don't know about you, but I'd find that prospect a little bit daunting, so it's probably a good thing I'm not Double Fine's Tim Schafer, who went ahead and made Broken Age, the second half of which lands at the end of this month. I met with Tim Schafer recently to talk about the development of Broken Age and to play a bit of it while he watched, which is the single most intimidating thing I think I've ever done. Anyway, if you've not played the first act, Broken Age tells the story of 2 characters, villager turned ritual sacrifice turned explorer Vela, and coddled but ambitious space boy Shay.
Hey, easy, computer.
Oh, quit being so shy. I used to change your diapers.
You're free to flip between the 2 characters as you explore their respective stories, slowly uncovering a mystery that ties their fates together with both subtlety and craft. The finished product is a thing of beauty, but then having 87,000 people to answer to is one hell of a mandate. You'd think having to repeat your genre-defining successes of 16 years ago for a bunch of people who have already stumped up for the pleasure might be an intimidating prospect, but to hear Tim speak of it, the people of Double Fine actually found it a thoroughly liberating experience.
You know, it's strange, it never really felt that daunting because the people who were backing it were all so supportive. It was very liberating making something for people who you really felt confident they would like it. They like this kind of thing, and you're not really reaching out for other people who don't. You're not trying to win over a hostile audience. You're trying to really satisfy a dedicated audience. You know, we always intended the second half to be harder than the first half just because of the puzzle difficulty, but hearing how people wanted hard puzzles definitely gave us permission. I think when we were testing the second half, we're like, that puzzle seems pretty hard. Do you think it's okay? It's like, I feel like it'll be okay now because people asked for that. They asked to be stumped.
That sense of freedom comes through strongly in Broken Age, which has allowed more room to breathe than other adventure games we've seen in the past. For one thing, it doesn't have any action sequences, something Tim ascribes directly to having a crowdfunded project rather than a publisher relationship.
With the older adventure games, I don't know if people remember, but at the time there was a lot of pressure to make them sell more and more because they were always kind of threatened. And you know, at LucasArts we were always envious of the Sierra games and how well they sold, and so we were always trying to make ours sell better. And I felt like we were always kind of apologizing for making adventure games by like adding action elements to them or trying to like make them seem more like other games, visceral and like, you know, and because we were backed by our backers who told us very loudly with crowdfunding that they wanted an adventure game, we didn't have to apologize for any of that. So it's just dialogue trees and there's no action sequences, and it's just a full-on, unapologetic adventure game.
With the pressure to add action elements gone, Broken Age is a game that absolutely isn't afraid of exposition. Story elements that previously might have been laid out in the space of a few puns are instead turned into an intriguing slow burn. This increased scope adds an impressive sense of grandeur to Broken Age's narrative, but it also added a lot to its production costs. In the end, the Kickstarter money only covered the first half of Broken Age, while the rest of development was funded through early access Steam sales. In that sense, Broken Age is as much a tale about a creator refusing to compromise on their vision as it is a story about two people coming of age.
I mean, we had a choice. We could have made a smaller game for exactly the money we got crowdfunding, and people might not have known, but we made this documentary so everyone saw what we were making, and so I felt like I didn't want to cut it in half. I wanted to be this full story as we imagined it, so we funded the second half, all of us on our own, but we definitely felt like we were not allowed to fail. We had to make Broken Age, we had to finish Broken Age, you know, because we were so fortunate and so lucky. There was no way to really back away from that. It would have felt, you know, terrible.
Broken Age then is a meticulously crafted experience, just like the world Shay and Vela accept as the norm before their adventures truly begin. More than that though, it's a testament to Schafer's determination to make an adventure game without compromise, even if he had to carve it in two to get it there. Broken Age Act 2 serves not only to conclude a tale that truly began on the 9th of February 2012, but to prove just how much the rules can change when you take away the publisher and replace it with 87,000 people instead, which is to say it's quite good, really.
Mrs. Landingham, what's next?
That's not my name, but GTA 5 launched on PC this week with a brand new video editor.
Yeah, I've seen it. Surely you've also seen Franklin's Sweet Bike Trick.
America, land of the free, free to the power of the people in uniform.
I have. It was rubbish, so I asked Ian to do something better. He went golfing.
There's no way that's better than Franklin's sweet bike trick.
Nah, impressive body count though. Anyway, that's all we have time for this week. It's just occurred to me someone stole the studio while we weren't looking, and we should probably go do something about that.
But if you want to give this video a like and maybe subscribe, that would be absolutely lovely. Cheers. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
It's fine. Now that shot right there, that's cool, isn't it? Hunched over, ready, boom. I don't really understand the physics of the situation there.
Oh wow!
I've added some filters here.
Instagrammed it.
That's
Is
what
this
people
some
do.
kind of Generation Y thing?
I think it might be.
Okay.